Hey y'all, I'm Shauna. Welcome in and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a video that has not appeared on this channel for a long time. As you can tell by the title, we're bringing back a small project pan moment for the end of the year. Whenever we get around this time, I always, like every year, just want to have that little extra push to use what I have and to finish up those straggly products. And I usually try to do it a little bit earlier than I'm doing it now, like September, October kind of time, like beginning of October, beginning of September. But it's better late than never, and I'm happy to focus on some products that otherwise might straggle and might just hang around and not get touched or used. And so the goal of this mini project is to finish up those last products, those last things that have just been hanging around for maybe a little bit too long. So I have 12 products to talk about today, and I am going to be focusing on them for the next 2 months. That's it, just 2 months. And then this should come out like maybe November 2nd or 3rd, and then we'll have maybe January 2nd or 3rd be the end or like the conclusion of this. So we're going to have an intro, one update, and then an outro. Project pans used to be the bread and butter of this channel, and so if you are from those days, holla at me in the comments. And if you haven't seen a project pan from me, I think you're in for some fun. I love a project pan. If you're into project panning your makeup, I encourage you to look at other consumable things that might just need a little bit love or attention for the end of the year. Maybe you got some tea or some coffee that have just been hanging around. Whatever you got, let me know if you're going to be panning anything alongside me. Whenever I mention project pans, I do get questions about them, about like what they are. And a project pan, if you are brand new to them, is basically just using up your makeup, just finishing it up. There are some projects that are about using makeup a certain amount of times, like using it 10 or 100 times. There are lots of options out there in project types, but this, we're just going to be trying to finish up products for the end of the year. And before we talk through them, I'm going to leave chapters below when I start talking about the products, because I have a couple of things to say about project panning. I did stop project panning last year, and I kind of maybe dabbled with it a little bit. I think I had one like using stuff up earlier this year, like where I wanted to use some like stickers and things like that. But I haven't done like a true blue project pan in a while because I fell out of love with it, and I also felt like it didn't really match how I used makeup anymore. I'm far more utilitarian with my makeup these days than I was previously, and I still do have too much in some categories, most specifically lip products, but that's not the only category. What I noticed was that I would focus on a lip product or two, and then all other 10, 15, 20, 30 things would just not get used for years and years and years, because I project panned for 3 or 4 years. And then this year, some of my lipsticks that I bought before my no-buy year in 2020, they started going off. So I had products that had never been used or had been used like once or twice that got moldy, that developed horrible smells to them. And I never really got a chance to use some products. And that, I think, is a result of project panning, where I would just focus on a couple of things and then everything else fell by the wayside. In 2024, I have just been organically using my makeup, and majority of my makeup, including my lipsticks, they're getting used this year. I think there's only 2 lipsticks that I haven't used yet this year. I just find much more equitable distribution of uses, and yeah, I just find how I'm using my makeup more equitable. However, I do miss some of the benefits of project panning, because some of this stuff just doesn't get used unless I'm putting intention behind it. But also with stuff I am using regularly, I sometimes don't see just how far I've come in using a product and don't appreciate how much effort has gone into it and just how big of a difference I am making without those regular check-ins. So this, I guess what I'm trying to say is that this little end of year project pan is going to be putting my little feelers out for whether or not I want to do a full-blown project pan next year. I have a couple of like lip products and blushes in mind that I would like to finish or like really work on and really just give that time and attention to. But I feel like I say that every year and then don't actually want to do it when the time comes. We will see. So I feel like I rambled long enough. Let's get into what I want to use, and we will start with, the order of how I would do my makeup on my face. First up is my little MAC primer. I got this as a free sample, I think 2 years ago. I used a little bit of it, but not a lot. This has 6 mils in it. This is definitely usable in 2 months. Also, as I was saying, given that I've used it, like we probably have half the tube in it, so we can use her up 100%. And I haven't been using primer at all. Like the last time I used primer was probably February or March. So she's not getting used unless I intentionally put her in the rotation or like make a conscious effort to use it. We're going to move on to foundation, and I have 2 that I'm going to use. The first one is the one that I want to put the most effort in, and that is the Born to Glow foundation. We're really at the bottom here. We have such little product left. I really want to finish this because this is too dark even for the summertime. It's extremely dark, and I can only use a little bit like to mix in at a time. Otherwise, it looks a little crazy. And if I don't finish it, this is going to sit around for another freaking year. I like the formula. I like it as a mix-in. But I think that, wait, hold on. I like mixing it in for a little bit of color, but the formula is slightly too glowy. I have a ColourPop foundation. I think that like might be a better version of what this wanted to be or what I intended for this to be. But it's not the right color. It's not the right formula. And it just sits around. I really just want to get it out. I think that's possible in 2 months, given that I think that's possible in 2 months, just given how little product there is and how much I use it. I think I can do it. The other product I want to finish up is this little sample. I got it from Sephora in, I think, the springtime. We have quite a bit in here. I think there's 3 uses, like 2.5, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating how much product is in here. The Born to Glow foundation, or no, what is this? Yeah, Born to Glow. The Born to Glow foundation is going to be the priority, and I'm going to focus on that because I have to mix that in with other things. But if there's a day where I just want to switch things up and use this, I have it. I'm going to focus on the other one. And if for whatever reason I don't finish this one this year, it's fine. It doesn't take up that much space. I just don't want it kind of sitting around and it's like an open container. So priority for other one, this is like the one-off kind of thing. And there's little enough product for this to actually be like, I could wear it literally once a month and it should hopefully be fine. I also have a powder I want to finish. And this, let me just show it to you. This is the e.l.f. Camo powder. And it's kind of a gimme, but also kind of not. Because here's what happened. Last year, I hit huge pan in this. And then I was like, yeah, I'll finish it eventually. And then just stopped thinking about using it, and then it just sat and sat and sat and sat, and then I forgot that it was just like something that had so much pan in it and that I could literally just use in a couple of months. This is the perfect kind of product, and you'll see another one later where, because there's so little of this, it's the kind of product that will just sit around because I feel like I could use it in a week or 2, and then it doesn't get used or touched for months, and then another year goes by. So I need to use this. I want this to be finished. I want this out of here, and then I can move on to my to my winter shade and use that more regularly. And I think that might, like, once I can use that regularly, that might help balance out the wacky color of this. Do any of you have products like that where there's so little yet you don't use it? I also have a couple of eyebrow products. I have this little mini eyebrow gel, and I think that these together could be really good. This has also been sitting around for a year. It's an ABH eyebrow gel. I just never use it. No good reason for it. It's perfectly fine. I've tried it. It's nice. And I think if I prioritize using this eyebrow gel, I can combine them together where I can get the color from the pencil with the hold of the eyebrow gel, because I prefer an eyebrow gel. I believe I bought this last December or 2022. It might be 2022. And I wanted this to fill in the tail of my brow, which can be kind of sparse. And that was the intention. But the shade on this is kind of whack. Like, it's super red. Like, it's really warm. And this color is brunette. I don't know why it's so warm, and that's the main reason why I stopped using it. I used it for a little bit, and I was like, this is such a bad color. So much we have in there. I think that's fully usable for 2 months. Like, I have a full 2 months, slightly more than that, given I'm filming this a little early. But I have 2 full months to use this. If I just use this in my tail, it might be a little bit questionable. But if I kind of go with this more throughout the brow and kind of rely on the brow gel a little bit less, like my regular brow gel, and use the clear one, I think I could get through this in 2 months. Like, I have very strong faith that I could finish this in 2 months. Last up in the makeup category is this lipstick. It is Blankety from MAC. I mean, we're super close with this. I think this is totally finishable in 2 months. This has been the main lipstick when I'm going for a nudie kind of lipstick, pinky nude lipstick. I bought that lipstick in 2019, and I do think it's a little bit of an interesting product for me personally, because at the time that was like the perfect color, and now it's a little bit concealer lips. For me, like a little bit too light. I don't prefer as much of a light color on me anymore. I like more of like it's a slightly, just ever so slightly darker nudie pink on me. And so I think it's just interesting to see how much our preferences change through the lifetime of owning them. And I have been using it like organically, and it's been the main nude lipstick I've been wearing this year. And so now I just really want that push to finish it. I'm prepared to use it as blush, as lipstick, as wherever I can put it, I'll put it. I want to finish it this year. I want to get it out so I can start working on my other nude lipsticks, because I do have quite a bit. I have some skin and hair care stuff to kind of round out the project, and I'll just go with the one hair care thing first. This is the K18 mask. It's a mini. This is another thing where I used it up until just about the end, and then it sat there. I think I have 2 uses in here. I'm not sure if it's like 1.5 or 3 uses, but I think it's 2. I think. We'll see. This is just another case of this being like super chunky and then buying the thing, using it until the bottom, and then just ignoring it. It's time to get it out. And with organic use, like literally once a month, I could probably finish. Next up is this moisturizer. Here is how much I have left in there. This is usable in 2 months. I very much believe. I think this is probably usable in 1 month, to be honest, but I don't use it all the time. I don't like this product, and it's kind of why it's taking me a long time to get through it. I don't like the smell. I also don't like the texture of this because it's super thick, but it goes on when it goes on your skin, it feels dry. Like, my skin feels dry after I put it on, which is so weird for such a thick cream. This is also a vitamin C cream, and it's supposed to be for daytime, although I don't like wearing such a thick cream during the day. I don't enjoy wearing vitamin C during the day. I think it's best worn at nighttime, just my personal preference. And I just don't like vitamin C in a cream format, because if you ever want to mix it with retinol, like you want to use yeah, if you ever want to use retinol, that means that you have to have a second moisturizer. And I hate that. So I don't use this as much as I should because it's just has a lot of things I don't like. I don't like it. If there was no vitamin C, I don't even like it as a moisturizer. And because I'm not consistent with it, because I don't like the smell or the texture or any of it, it doesn't get used consistently enough that you would need the kind of vitamin C to be consistent with. And I just want to finish it, just want to get it out and not think about it again. The last two, they just make me go, why am I like this? Why? These are some products that if you've been around for a hot minute, you might recognize, and I'm slightly embarrassed that they have not been finished yet. Let's talk about them. The first is, this one I'm the most embarrassed about. It's the First Aid Beauty Mask, another product that we are down there with. I don't want to tell you how old this is because it's old. It still smells fine though. I used it recently and it smells totally fine. I don't like face masks anymore. I used to enjoy them, and that's purely why it doesn't get used. I don't like the whole wash your face, put it on, wash your face again. It's just inconvenient. I'm not a fan. So it's just kind of sat around. And unless I use this in the fall, winter, then it will sit around again for the next year. And that has been what happened. I am now saying if I don't finish this by January 1st, I'm throwing whatever of this is out because it is old and I should not own it. So that's that. And I hate wasting product. It would gut me to throw this out when I'm perfectly capable of finishing it. Like there's 3 uses left, maybe 4. We can do it. I can use it every Sunday for the next month and finish it. Lastly is this. It is a perfectly wrapped, one-time use freaking face mask. This was in the last time I did a project pan. Never used it, despite it being a one-time use mask. What are we doing? The reason why I haven't used it is because I don't like sheet masks. I don't like face masks. And then the idea of putting a cold face mask on my face and then just sitting there for 5 minutes, I just don't like that. That's not an entertaining premise to me. So there we go. I also was confused on how to use it, and I sat here reading the instructions. You you put the mask on your skin, you leave it there, and then you take it off and then you massage it into your skin. You're supposed to put it on clean skin, but then do you put on anything over top? I feel like you must. You must have to put something on top of your skin after, moisturizer, right? That's how you use it. Let me know in the comments, please, if I'm right or wrong about that. I'm gonna use it. I swear, we're gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. Not we. It's not like we're gonna collectively put it on our faces. I'm gonna use it. I had this sitting on my little bench here beside all my plants, which you haven't been able to see them. They're right here. Okay, I got sidetracked. I had it sitting here because I wasn't sure if I wanted to feature it or not. And then I was like, you know what? I have nothing to lose. So I'm going to also throw in the Hourglass eyeshadow. This is the one product that has a very low likelihood of finishing it. It's not going to get finished. 100% it's not going to get finished. Here's where we're at. You can see the ridges of the bottom of the product. And when you put your finger in, it domes. And I've several times over the years put the products from the side and move them into the center. I guess I should do that again. But I've been putting so much effort into using this product. And every time you see me wearing a glittery, orangey kind of coppery shade on my eyelids, it's this, and only ever this, usually. I want to finish it so bad, and I've been putting in so much work to finish it. I just think there's a lot of product. Even if I were to wear it every time I wear makeup, that's only 2 times a week, 8 times a month. That would be 16 times over the next 2 months that I don't think this is 16 uses. I don't know, man. Like, I'm also not going to wear it every time I use my makeup because I do like to change things up a little bit. So it's a lot of product. I'm putting it in because of what I said at the top of the video. I've been focusing on this product anyway, and it feels like it's gone so slow that I don't notice the progress. So if I put it in and I see that, like, yeah, I've been working hard and I can just see the progress, I'll be satisfied. Like, I'll be happy and not as grouchy about not being able to finish this so soon. And on the off chance that I do Project Pan next year, I can throw her in, and then maybe, like, we're ahead on the uses. Maybe it'll be like 4 months instead of 12 or 6. That's it. That's the video. Those are all the products I want to pan for the end of the year. I have high hopes for them all, except for the Hourglass shade. Let me know what you're panning and if you'll be joining me. Thanks for watching and hanging out. Below if you would subscribe to catch more content like this, to follow along in the project panning journey for the rest of the year. Did I say thank you for watching? Thank you for watching. I think I might have already said. I'll say it again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I appreciate it. Bye.